Hello again, it's me. Welcome to my channel. I'm Judy. And today I want to talk about the fact that everybody deserves to be loved. Oh, before I get started though, you could see I was just going off, right? I was starting to think. Hit that subscribe button for me and maybe that notification bell. I'd really appreciate it. All right, so now where was I? Many years ago, it was probably like 1980, early something, 81 maybe. I was working at a bank, as you probably know if you've already heard a couple of my videos that talked about that. And I was in charge of the computer room we had recently automated. I talked about that a couple of videos ago. And so I was in charge of the computer room. There was nobody else in there with me. I was on a raised floor. It was real cold in there, you know. The system crashed. I had to hurry up and do the backup thing. And it was fun. Sometimes I'd bring my guitar in there and sing. It was a small department that I worked in. There were probably, I want to say maybe 12 of us, something like that. There wasn't too many people. It was small. Very important department, but very small. The bank was smaller then too. The bank that I currently work at is really big. So, there was a lady who was our supervisor. I'm going to call her Jane. Her name wasn't Jane, but that's what I'm going to call her. Jane was stiff. She never smiled. She wasn't even really businesslike exactly, but I think that's what she was trying to be. She was mean. She was, there was a young girl in our department one time, she was like summer help. And she was about, I want to say maybe 20. And she went into the bathroom at some point. She was just pregnant, a couple weeks, maybe a month, something like that. And she went into the bathroom and came out and told somebody that she thinks she's having a miscarriage because she was having a lot of pain and there was a lot of blood. So the person who was in the bathroom told Jane, you know, this person is in the bathroom right now and she thinks she's having a miscarriage and she's going to have to probably get a ride home. And Jane, honestly, this is not made up. Jane said, go tell her that I'll tell her when she's sick enough to go home. Not a very nice person. We tried to pull her in because we were all having a good time, you know. I don't think she liked us having a good time, but we did anyway. I was kind of the ringleader. There was two of us, me and this other girl, Charlene. We were kind of ringleaders, the fun ringleader people. Anyway, there was one Christmas where we decided that maybe we needed to buy her. Maybe if we did something really nice for her, that she would kind of warm up to us a little bit. So that's all we wanted. We just wanted her to be polite and maybe say hi sometimes, or how was your weekend? You know, just normal stuff. So we all got together, and we had found out somehow, maybe Charlene's the one that found out, somebody found out what her favorite perfume was. And I don't remember now what it was, but it was really expensive. Even back in 1980, it was nearly $100. It was a nice size back then, but still. So we all pitched in, and we bought her this gift, and somebody had it professionally wrapped, so it looked really pretty. And it was like Christmas Eve, and we were working, but we were supposed to leave at like 3 o'clock or something. We had a little extra time off, you know. So we went over to her desk at 2 o'clock. All of us, we gathered around her desk. She was writing something on a piece of paper. It was written. And we stood there, you know, with the gift, waiting for her to look up at us. And then finally I guess she felt us. Maybe she was trying to ignore us for a while and she couldn't because she knew we weren't going to move until she looked at us. So we're writing, and And maybe somebody even said, excuse me, I don't remember. But so she's writing, and then she looks up at us. And as she looked up, whoever it was that held the gift, it was probably Charlene, said, Joanne, we just wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas. And we put the gift right down in front of her, like it was right there. And we waited. Jane took the package. Didn't say anything to us. She moved it aside, picked up her pen, and kept working. And we were like, what do we do? You know, like, okay, well. So we just kind of crept away, feeling rather defeated and a few dollars short. I guess you can't buy love, right? That's what the Beatles said, can't buy love. Can't buy me love. Anyway, I have a song for pretty much anything. So when we came back after Christmas, the gift was still sitting in the same place that she had set it when we were standing there. It was still there in January. It was still there in February, and it was still there in March. Sometime close to Easter, it disappeared. I don't know who took it. It could have been Jane. Maybe she finally picked it up and took it home. She never thanked us. Could have been somebody else. One of the other girls in the office thought, heck on this. Could have been a housekeeping person. I have no idea. Nobody to this day knows where that thing went except the person who took it. But can you imagine doing that to anybody? Even if they bought you something you hated, can you imagine doing that? I mean, what kind of a heart did she have? But I'm going to tell you, she still deserves to be loved. In fact, maybe she needs to be loved more than anybody I've ever met. And back in the day, I really didn't like her. I wanted to send like a note in the mail, you know, like a threatening letter, like if you look at me, I'm going to, chop your head off or something. With magazine cutout letters that you paste, so she wouldn't be able to tell who said it. I didn't do that, of course, but the thought went through my head a couple of times. I just couldn't fathom how anybody could act like that. But even she deserves to be loved. Because she is not Jane. She is soul. She's having an experience and offering us an experience. And when you look at it like that, you realize that everything is really for the best. As a human being, I can go, what the devil? You know what? Come on. And I can feel that disappointment and kind of a little bit angry. I'm learning from those feelings. She gave me the gift of learning from those feelings. And I imagine her soul, I don't know whether she's still alive. If I'm 67, she's got to be high 70s. So hopefully she's still alive, if she needs to be. Maybe her destiny was to be a mean person. We've all been there, believe me, or we're going to be. Maybe I was yesterday, I don't know. But a consistently angry person like that, or mean, not even angry, she was just quiet, mean though, mean quiet. Her soul isn't mean quiet. Her soul's no different than mine and yours. It's just that she chose this particular experience. And it's important that she feels what she feels. It's important that we felt what we felt. But if you stand back, you can actually be grateful for that negative attitude. Because you learn something from it. And that's all it's really about. Should we love each other? 110,000%. You don't want to bring anger with you. Love's okay. We all deserve to be loved. And how we're loved and who loves us really depends on what they see, how they see the world, how they see a person. If they see them as only a person, or they see them as soul. When you see somebody as soul, even though in the minute, you might, you can laugh because it's not important. What's important is what you get out of that feeling, and then you get past it, and you realize you can love somebody. Sometimes harder to say than do. Sometimes harder to do than say. One way or the other, sometimes it's harder. But we'll get through it together, because that's what we're here for. So thanks for listening again. If you like what I said, or if it was interesting to you, or at least entertaining, hit that like button for me. I really, really appreciate it. And I certainly will be back tomorrow with a couple of other thoughts. Enjoy the day.